Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah wa syukurillah wa ni'matillah wa la hawla wa la quwata illa billah al-aliyyil azim. Amma ba'du. Honorable all my friend who I love, and this time we will continue for our routine meeting. We will discuss today with you all, and this topic today we will discuss about racism to culturism, and we will continue our discussions. For our routine meeting is with Yuval Harari.
Yuval
Harari on the title, 21 lesson for 21st century, and this presentation will delivered by Mr. Alim. Time 5.
Okay, thank you very much. Today we will discuss about racism and culturism. Okay, a long time ago, the discussion about racism and cultural, this is very interesting, especially in European country. The writer here try to classify, define about the racism based on the 3 points. The first is based on the skin, the body, and bigotry. Okay, from the 3 points here, the writer try to to describe again about traditionalism and then culturism and bigotry. This is will be effect to the person who want to immigrant, who want to be immigration, want to be an immigration to the other country. Okay, the immigrant who want to live in the other country have to think twice. Why? Because they will bring his or her culture to the other country, but the country who want to be lived by the immigrant, this will be think twice again. Because why? They will afraid their culture will be affected by the other person or the other people. Okay, what do you think about this? What is it? About this topic, especially in racism and culture.
Racism.
Racism.
Okay. Good explanation by Mr. Alim. Now, maybe Mr. Habib, you have some different opinion with Mr. Alim opinion. Come on, please.
Okay, maybe what Mr. Alim said is so clear about the battle, the contradiction between two different cultures. Accentuation of the topic that was described by Yuval Harari is about the immigrant culture that's come from African or Middle East want to go into the European country, especially European people always said that immigrant culture is different, not just different, but intolerant, harsh, or not connected with the European culture. And actually not just because the immigration affair, it's included with the stereotype, recognition that was in deep in European people's mind about the immigrant, especially Muslim. So Muslim is described as intolerant people, terrorists, harsh, as not cannot live together with another culture. And I have ever read in book that was written by Samuel Huntington, that yes, Class of Civilization. I have read and discussed with my lecturer in my university that in most of the country where the Muslim lives, most of the time always not adequate, cannot cooperate with other communities that was different, especially religion with the Muslim. And it's maybe common be understood because of the Muslim have a detailed rule of life that's coming from the religion, because from waking up until sleeping, Islam have detailed rule for the embracer or for their follower. So I think it can be understood. And European people think the most of the rule of Muslim that was applied by most of the Muslim, not all, by all Muslim, are not suitable, maybe can be opposite, can be different, or can be contradicted with the European culture.
It means that Muslim country is not an open-minded, but the European country is open-minded, right, Mr. Habib?
Yes, not open mind.
Okay,
What about you?
like this. Maybe we have. I think it is important for us to clarify about the correlation between racism and culturism with the previous topic about immigration. In order that we can find the main point of the Yuval Noah's explanation in his book about racism and culturism. Okay, maybe Mr. Alim in this time need to give clear explanation about the correlation between racism and culturism. Because according to me, about racism and culturism, is it the two that are not separated one to another, but racism and culturism, I think, has correlation with the immigration as the previous topic of our discussion. I think maybe Mr. Alim can give, or Mr. Lutfi.
No, I just a moderator today, so I just
It's okay.
okay. I'm as just a moderator, so
You
I
can
will
be
just
anyone.
giving explanation. I'm not giving explanation about this topic now, but I just to clarify about Mr. Awi's statement and Mr. Habib's statement. Yes, now that Mr. Habib, we will decide that Islamic culture is opposite with European Muslim culture, opposite with European culture. Okay,
Muslim culture that was located in Africa.
so
The place,
Middle East.
Middle East.
Focus on the book. Maybe not just Africa, all of the country.
Okay.
Muslim country maybe.
And Mr. Awi asks, what is correlation it with about immigration, Mr. Ali?
Yeah.
So you can, it's time for you.
Okay, a long time ago, traditional racism, this is called by traditional racism because on the, what is it, related to the biological theories. But now in the 21st century, this is different statement, different understanding, not about traditional racism but culture. The culture here divided into side. The first is, what is it? Culturism, and then cultural suicide. Okay, anti-immigrant it's called by as a fascist. and then the pro-immigrant caused by cultural society. Why? Because step by step, the immigrant will assimilate with the country that they live. So willingly, they have to try to assimilate, to adapt their culture with our culture. That's all. The correlation between culture and
Okay, Mr. Rafi, maybe you can give additional explanation.
the correlation.
Yeah,
Microphone.
between the correlation between racism, culturalism, with the apa, immigration as the previous chapter, as the previous discussion. Because like this, when we talk about immigration, I think according to the previous debates, three debates with about immigration, there are many problems between the immigration and anti-immigration.
Yeah.
There are three debates and there are many problems. Moreover, with correlated with the racism and culturism, I think it is the additional problems.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, immigration, one hand is called salvation. In another hand, actually, that was from the anti-immigration. Immigration come to another country is like invasion. Invasion, yeah. So invasion is cannot be received by another country. So another country must close their gate to any immigrant. Now the problem is about the immigrant culture. Most of the people that come to European country is from Middle East or African. That the culture are different with the European culture.
Syria too.
Yeah, Syria, Middle East, yeah, Syria, Middle East, yeah. Okay, and the different culture is one is very dangerous to the culture where the especially for European country, it is treat yeah, ancaman treat. The first option, the immigrant must accommodate the European culture, and it's impossible because culture is imperative norm that is not negotiable. The fact the most of the immigrants come to European country hold on their culture and cannot accommodate with the European culture. Not cannot accommodate, but cannot imitate all of the European culture. It's the problem for the European culture because there are two kinds of the culture that live in one country, and it's called is cultural suicide when the immigrants will come up and they bring also their culture to European countries. So the culture of the European country will be influenced by immigrant one.
So the problem is not about the acceptance of the
Immigrant.
not immigrant, but the country who want to receive the immigrants. Yeah, not the problem not about the acceptance, but about the assimilation of the culture. Yeah.
When the immigrant culture is called or thought as treat, so it is very difficult for the European country to open their gate to welcome the immigrants coming. So they will not receive, they will not accept the immigrant coming to their country. So because it is about the culture, not about the racism. Racism is the old-fashioned paradigm that was had ever spread over in the American community or European communities, as not is supported by scientific research and political power right now. So racism is old. It's out of the date discussion, yeah. It's not adequately to be discussed again. Yeah, but the problem is about the culture fanatism, that one country think the culture is higher than another country is the problem. So when the European community think that the culture is higher and more powerful than the immigrant culture that come to their country, is the problem. They will press the immigrant to accommodate their community culture. It is.
They will accept the immigrant or not. It is just easy problem, I think. Yeah, but the main problem here is about the assimilation one culture to another, maybe. Yeah. Because about just to accept or not, I think it is easy. I think for the country who want to accept.
Yeah, I think this is not talk about the easy or the hard, the difficult thing to receive and to to deny the other country, and this is not talking about the best and the worst culture.
Yeah.
This is not talking about
That will never meet each other.
Yes. Cannot be negotiated one another.
Okay.
I think
Can be understood.
Okay, you understand well, Dale. So until now, because of Yuval Noah didn't give solution from this discussion, so I think we will be stop here too. So although Mr. Alim, Mr. Awi want to ask about your solution in this chapter, no solution, Mr. Awi. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. Our friend, now discussion is so very good. And record. Okay, I will say thank you so much for your attention. And as moderator, I'm sorry if you have find mistake for my speaking. And let's close our meeting by reciting doa together. Alhamdulillah.